Good morning, dear friends. Today we see Jesus is teaching us a parable of a man who hosts a great banquet and he invites many guests. But when the time comes, those who are invited, they start giving excuses and they don't want to attend the banquet. And one says that he has brought a field, another says that he has purchased oxen, and another says that he has just got married. And all these reasons and excuses they do and they decline the invitation. And in response, we see the host orders his servants to go and invite the poor, the crippled, the blind, the lame, all these people from the streets. And when there is still space for more, he sends the servants again, telling them to compel others to come so that the house may be full. And today, this parable is showing us the nature of God's kingdom. The invitation to God's banquet is open to all, but it requires a response from us. And many times, we also, just like the people in the parable, we find ourselves distracted by the demands of this world, by the pleasures of life, and we allow our careers, our profession, our material possessions, or our personal circumstances more important than our relationship with God. And all these excuses will leave us spiritually empty. God's invitation is not something that we can delay or we can push aside, but it is an opportunity for all of us to experience the fullness of His grace, to experience His love, His mercy, His forgiveness. And that's why we need to give His invitation the number one priority in our life. And we also see that the host in this parable, he's welcoming all the poor and the marginalized. And that is showing the heart of God today. Today, if we look at the heart of God, God doesn't see our social, economic, political background. He doesn't see which religion we belong to. He doesn't see our color. He doesn't even see our weaknesses or our shortcomings. But He invites every single person, irrespective of all these backgrounds. We are all invited to experience His grace in our life. And there is also a challenge for all of us who have already accepted the invitation. Just like how these servants they went out to invite more and more guests, today we are also called to go and extend God's invitation to the other people around us. We cannot keep that joy and grace and the peace of God's kingdom to ourselves, but we need to reach out to all those other people who still haven't experienced the love of God, who still haven't experienced the peace that comes from Jesus. And in this parable, we understand that Jesus shows that God's love is abundant and His invitation to salvation is open to everyone. But we need to be willing to accept that invitation today with open hearts and be ready to share this invitation with others also. So today, my dear friends, if we when we hear the voice of God, let us not harden our hearts, let us not make excuses, but instead let us embrace this opportunity to join in the banquet of the Lord. The Lord Himself has prepared this banquet with His own hands for all of us, and we are all invited to experience that salvation, experience the joy in participating in His banquet. Thank you. God bless you.